Effective pedagogical practices for teaching the whole child. We can't answer this question without first considering the implications of living in the 21st century. Change is exponential. Jobs are changing. Facebook can now be considered the third largest country in the world with 1 billion users. According to former Secretary of State Richard Riley, we are currently preparing our students for jobs that don't exist yet, using technologies that haven't been invented in order to solve problems we don't even know are problems yet. To face this challenge, our kids will need to be adventurous with creative minds and attitudes so that they can adapt to the fast-changing landscape. So with all that in mind, let's now consider effective pedagogical practice for the 21st century whole child. In this presentation, we will look at student well-being and pastoral care, effective teaching practices for good academic outcomes, and classroom resources. Firstly, pastoral care and well-being. The school environment plays an important role in the social, emotional, and ultimately academic well-being of its students. We must foster a positive community around our kids. Yes, it's true we live in the digital age, but let's acknowledge some things just haven't changed. Kids are still kids, and positive pathways to student well-being still require strong school leadership and policies, community and family partnerships, and effective and relevant teaching practices. In the words of Mann, pastoral care is not the destination, but the nourishment for the learning journey. According to Eliasel, relationships and emotional processes affect how and why we learn. Emotions can distract, even paralyze the learning process. Achieve student well-being, and you have laid the foundation for all your students to achieve good academic outcomes. So, as teachers, what can we do to help? We can create a safe environment, inclusive environment, instill acceptance and get to know each individual student, making them feel special. They all acknowledge the importance of SEL as a key component to creating a positive school environment. We can create a set of classroom rules so kids know what is expected of them. We can be enthusiastic and caring. Your enthusiasm will inspire interest, energy, curiosity, all powerful tools for learning. We can motivate. We can promote creativity by being creative yourself. So, we know that physical environment can contribute positively to well-being and productivity. What does a 21st century classroom look like? It is student-centered and collaborative. Create warm, colourful, well-organised, personalised spaces for arts and crafts, science, music, get in touch with nature, do group projects, group discussions, a reading corner, and of course ICT. We know that students benefit from the differentiated classroom with multiple simultaneous activities, and the classroom should be warm, personalised, engaging, and tech-savvy. As a teacher, you need to know to use all the resources at your disposal to engage this class of eager children. According to Rita and Kenneth Dunn, this includes physical tools such as books, games, whiteboards, perceptual strengths, best time of day for learning, periodic nourishment and mobility, emotional environment like noise, temperature, amount of light, furniture type and room design, social resources like excursions and community interactions like recently in Templestowe where primary school age students were buddied up with local retirees to help foster respectful relationships. Use your academic resources including lesson plans and curriculum, your colleagues, parents and the community. Don't forget, tap into the students themselves. Tap into the energy they bring into the classroom and use it to create a fantastic lesson. As a teacher, you must have the knowledge and skills to use technology in your classroom. Toddlers can navigate tablets these days. Most young kids have access to smartphones. Technology is making our kids smarter. Instant access to learn anytime, anywhere. Multimedia to express creativity. Social networking to connect, create groups, facilitate discussion and stay connected. We need to learn and teach with technology the way our kids live with technology. Get involved, come on, communicate, collaborate, learn and stay connected. So now you know all your students and you've created a differentiated classroom. How do we teach this 21st century student for good academic outcomes? According to Bransford et al., expert teachers understand their discipline, understand barriers to learning, have effective teaching strategies, support student questions, focus on understanding rather than memorization, and engage their students and encourage independent thought. So what are effective teaching strategies? Let's start with a behaviourist approach. Behaviourist learning gives students the opportunity to practice so that problem solving becomes routine. It's teacher-focused, uses direct instruction, rote learning, and motivation is extrinsic. Compare with constructivist learning, which enhances creativity, gives students the opportunity to take on novel problems so they can be innovative critical thinkers. It should be student-centred and fostering engagement. Collaborative, innovative, inspiring, independent thought and intrinsic motivation, feedback-based. Now to face today's challenges, students need both these approaches. There are no longer just right and wrong answers. As a teacher, look at your students' work from both perspectives. Find a way to encourage what works and remove what makes failure persistent. We need to teach our students life skills, teach them to have the knowledge to take themselves from not understanding something to understanding it. Education is a personal process. You get your kids to learn by connecting to their interest, what matters to them, what engages them. Ignite their intrinsic motivation, feed their curiosity. Rowe emphasizes that no one teaching style engenders all types of learning. Each style has its own merits, provided that students have the basic knowledge and skills before embarking on rich constructivist learning. Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences highlights the importance of using all the resources and teaching styles at your disposal to engage a differentiated classroom. So, in summary, pedagogical practice. You need to foster their well-being by making them feel safe, welcome, supported and challenged. Create a differentiated classroom. Use all your resources. Use all teaching styles for a blended learning approach. Engage your students and guide them with appropriate feedback and assessment. One last thought from John Dewey. If we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. Thank you for listening.